into a neighborhood, take a building that a lot of people wouldn't even touch, rehab it, and put in great tenants. They wind up making the neighborhood much better.
The city of Troy is more than just a collection of sidewalk and concrete and asphalt, but it's cities are for the people that live in them.
We also got to be part of changing the community in North Troy for the better.
My community, my neighborhood became my family. I want to be part of the history that 30 years from now that my children can say my grandmother has something to do with this area changing for the good. Every now and then, I think we all need someone to walk alongside of us, not ahead of us and not behind us, but beside us. I was starting to experience homelessness. I found an apartment through TRIP, which encouraged me to go back to work. It helped me to stay working and active. The people of the neighborhood that embraced me. When they saw that I was in need, they did not embarrass me, they kept my dignity, and they supported me, which in return, I wanted to give back. I feel honored, I feel privileged to travel with the community leaders to Cincinnati, Ohio. I can come back and be that voice and encourager of people that live in my community to step up and move forward.
My connection with TRIP comes in is that I am a co-director of a new community organization called communityLAB, Community Leadership and Action Building. At communityLAB, we believe that people know what they need where they live, and we saw a similar ethos, if you will, in TRIP in their commitment to local people and ensuring that they have both a voice and power in their neighborhoods and their communities. Finding folks who are really interested in taking concrete steps to make Troy a better place to live for traditionally marginalized people, and we really couldn't have done it without TRIP, and so that's why our partnership is so important. communityLAB's first project was what we call our Troy Fellows Project, and in that we took 9 folks from different neighborhoods in Troy, and the central theme was building the skills that you need to get things done in your neighborhood. The Fellows course was a 12-week project that involved 6 distinct trainings. The trainings were about 3 to 4 hours long, and each centered around a particular community organizing skill. It led up into what we called field work. So we went out to go door to door and get people in a particular neighborhood involved in what we were calling community-based forums, so that people could voice what they wanted to see happen in their neighborhood. The central tenet was around Troy's comprehensive planning process, which is happening right now, and so we wanted to make sure that someone had done the legwork of getting real, verifiable neighborhood-based input for the comprehensive plan. We were so thrilled to be stakeholders in the comprehensive planning process, because that is just a concrete result of our training and of our partnership with TRIP, and we look forward to doing it again in the spring.
I think that TRIP has a multifaceted way that it's making change, taking vacant homes and owning them and being the landlord and providing housing that's decent. And then that outreach to the community too, trying to make it real, bring it down to the level of kids, because they are the change for the future. They've found ways at TRIP of meeting those challenges. The ARC Inc. opened a charter school, the ARC Community Charter School in North Troy, and I worked there as a teacher the entire time the school was open. One of the values of the school was to do some community service work, and also just that curriculum of change, that idea that you can empower children to change their own world. TRIP came to us and said that they were doing a boards project where they were painting boards for vacant buildings, and they wondered if our kids would be interested in doing that. And it really seemed like a project that would mesh well with that aspect of the mission of the school and of the curriculum within the arts program, where we tried to integrate things like community service and change and growth through art. And we painted 3 or 4 beautiful boards with just sort of the children's image of what it could be like if someone lived in those houses. So once the boards were hung, we were able to go and have a press release and bring the kids, and they just had such pride in it. It comes around, it comes back to you when you reach out to those kids and you make change in their life, and they see themselves as agents of change and able to give back to their community and make a future for themselves within that community.
TRIP is about making neighborhoods better in Troy, and a lot of people forget that. We go back to the 70s, late 70s with TRIP. We had a building next door to us that was on the verge of collapsing, and we were talking about the possibility of TRIP looking at it and seeing what they could do with it. And they took a look at it. They said, you know, there's a new program we're looking at that we might be able to pick up a building like this and rehab it. They turned it into a beautiful building, and it would have been a big hole on that block. Now for decades, it's been the home of our pizzeria, and a lot of great families have lived there. Being active in our neighborhood down in Little Italy, I remember when a group of us down there decided to form TNAC, Troy Neighborhood Action Council. The first group we went to was TRIP, because we know that TRIP understands what our goal was. Our goal was to make neighborhoods better. It's not what I see the changes, it's when my customers or people come back to visit the neighborhood, they'll say, Rocco, this neighborhood is so different. And I said, all these little neighborhood groups have been working together, and it's finally come to fruition. They've really stabilized South Troy, and TRIP has played a big part in that. It's wonderful. I'd hate to see what our neighborhoods would be like if it wasn't for TRIP. You know that thing about it, when you help people, you feel better? It works.